All right. So we're gonna look at
Okay, you can
Tiffany's
hear me.
chart. Yeah. Usually I'm looking at just one aspect. So, let's just reduce it down to something less, and we're just gonna keep throwing planets up there when we feel like it. So Tiffany and I were talking a little bit before we started recording, and we just landed on the Mercury and Cancer in the 12th, especially opposite the Saturn. So go ahead, Tiffany.
Okay, so the Mercury in Cancer, that's one of those things, and it's opposing Saturn. So it's like sometimes I'm talking to people and it'll be a regular conversation. It'll start out as a regular conversation. Next thing you know, I'm just saying stuff and I don't know how I know these things. Like I've made people cry before. Like I don't know how I know these things. Like it'll be a regular conversation about a restaurant. I was just talking, okay, this is a perfect example. I was just talking to someone the other day about a restaurant, like, oh, I live in El Paso, so we should go over here to this restaurant because I've never been here. They have like a pink aesthetic. It should be cute. We were talking about that in the beginning, and then the conversation ended on me telling her that she does not need to feel bad about messing up. She doesn't need to feel bad about making a mistake because that's how you learn. That's how I feel like your mental health is better when you make mistakes, because when you try to be perfect, that's what messes everything up. Just make the mistake and just be okay with it and move on. That's how I feel about it. And we started talking about that and she just started crying. She had like tears in her eyes. She's like, nobody has never told me that. Like, I'm so hard on myself. Like, that type of thing happens to me, not just a one-off thing, every day, even with my own kids, even my son. Well, how did you know that, or how did you say? I don't know. I don't know how I know. It's like I come across a random person and I tell them what I need to tell them, and I never see that person again in my life. It's so weird. It's like so. And I like talking. I like talking to people. Contrary to the 12th house, taboo, like, oh, they're quiet. No, I really love talking to people. I really do. I enjoy it because it helps me learn about myself. Like, not only do I give them advice, but it helps me learn about myself, because sometimes when I'm saying things to people, it's something in it that I can also learn from. So by me talking to them, I'm able to learn something about myself, like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I do that too. Or, oh, I needed to hear that too. I never say that part out loud. I internalize that part, like, oh, okay, noted. But it happens a lot.
I feel that very much, especially in your Mars in Leo in the first, that you're so gregarious, and even in our conversation so far, you're just speaking so freely. As soon as something new comes up, you go ahead and express it. So you don't hold back. You're very
No,
freely just like being your damn self.
that bothers people. That that's the part of me that bothers people, because I'm not going to hold back because it makes you feel uncomfortable. It's not about you. It's about me expressing myself. Now, if you have a problem with what I'm saying, that's your prerogative. We can have a problem with whatever we want to have a problem with. That doesn't mean that the person what I'm saying is wrong. That just means you have a problem with it, which is okay too. That's okay for you to have a problem, and it's okay for me to speak. Like, both of those are okay. So I look at life like that. Like, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. You may not like what I have to say, but that does not mean that it's not valid just because you don't like it. Oh yeah. It wasn't always like that though. When I was a kid, it was not like that. It was actually the total opposite, honestly. And there were a few things in my life that triggered me becoming the actual real version of myself. When I was younger, I was what you would call adultified. So I would have to deal with things that children should not have to deal with. I was exposed to situations that children should not have to be exposed to. I should have been being a child, but I was exposed to other things. My mom had mental health issues. So it was kind of like I was taking care of her, making sure she took her medication, also making sure my little sister got to work. I mean, not got to work, got to school, and did her hair, took care of her. And it was a lot, to the point when I became a teenager, I became a little bit rebellious, because it's like, I'm tired of doing this. Like, why am I? I've done this all my life. I've took care of this, and now you're trying to tell me what to do. Like, no, you're not going to tell me what to do. That's literally how I was as a teenager. You're not going to tell me what to do, because you had no problem with.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's interesting. You know what that makes me think about is you're born with the sun, Mercury, and especially when you say that you are adultified or parentified, the Mercury Saturn opposition. I'm actually interested to hear when you said that you were dealing with situations you weren't supposed to. It's nice to know because it gives us a lot of language to illustrate this opposition. But I feel then you get helping get your sister ready for work, making sure your mom has her meds, that she's dealing with her mental issues, right? But notice that you're born at 20 degrees of Cancer. So when you were 10 years old already, the sun would progress into Leo. So from 10 years forward, you were a progressed Leo. And then it's moving closer and closer to your sun and to your Mars. That makes me think about you saying as a teenager, you started to be real rebellious.
I did. I was like, no, you're not telling me what to do. Not after I have had to deal with your schizophrenic episodes, give you your medicine, taking care of your child. Now you're trying to tell me what to do? No, I wasn't having that. And I can be honest about that now, because I have teenagers. And it's like, no, you're not. Sorry, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And that was always me. I made my own. I've been making my own money since I was 13 years old. Um, I learned how to braid hair and hairstyle and do that at a very young age, because I started out doing my sister's hair. And so I figured out, like, oh, I'm good at this. I can do this for a living. And I learned how to do it. I practiced on her hair. And then boom, when I was 13, I just immediately started making my own money. Like, immediately. It happened so fast, and it was like constant. It was almost like, I'm a very spiritual person. Very. I do believe in something beyond the veil. Like, something is beyond the veil watching me or helping me or assisting me. I believe in that wholeheartedly, because I've had too many weird spiritual experiences to not believe in that. And I do believe that from the age of 13 and forward, all of my needs were taken care of financially, because I learned how to braid hair. Like, I did my own hair even now. Like, that was something that I developed in order to make money for myself. And it worked. Like, it worked.
Okay, so I guess you see that with the Mars Venus conjunction in Leo in your first house.
Mhm.
That you learn how to do hair, and it started with your sister's hair, right? Mars, and Venus being the hair itself, beautifying. And so that you started making your own money also from a young age. Mars in Leo in the first house, conjunct Venus. Because people, they certainly are not entrepreneurial. They certainly don't start making money at 13. They certainly don't make their own money as a kid.
Yeah. I when I tell people this, they are blown away. I'm like, it was a point where I was making more money than my mom. Between the ages of like between the ages of like 15 and 18, I was making more money than my mom. Like, it got to a point where my mom was jealous. My mom is a person that's jealous of me. I don't really like saying it, because it's like a thing where people are like, no, parents can definitely be jealous of their kids. My mom was very, very jealous of me, because she had me at a young age, and she struggled. She did. She struggled. And she seen me not struggling, and sometimes that made her feel weird. I know it did. But I don't care. I wanted to make my
Yeah,
own
that
money.
makes me think about the triple Leo again. That you're so, from a young age, so self-sure, so self-confident, so self-expressed, doing what you want, finding your own way, not giving a damn.
Yeah. I had to dig my way out, like, of poverty. Like, I literally had to. I started doing hair. First, it was my friends. First, it was just people like around, friends, a few family members. And then it became more people and more people and more. It became to the point where it was so many people, and so many people knew me off of that. and I was able to make a real living off of it. But then that made my mom feel weird. It probably made her feel weird because she felt like, well, I'm her mom. What can I do for her? She's making money. She's taking care of herself. She can do this. She can do that. Like, what can I do for her if she is already doing it for herself? I know that's how my mom felt. But I didn't care. I wanted to make my own money. I don't like depending on people. And so part of that is a defense mechanism because nobody ever like cared for me the way I was supposed to be cared for. But another part of that is just me. I like to be independent. I like to have my own. I don't like to feel stuck out. Like if I'm depending on somebody else, I don't want to feel stuck out when they can't do it. I want to always be able to take care of myself.
Do you have contact with your mom now?
Oh no. She You remember when I mentioned earlier about her being jealous of me?
Hmm.
She I have other siblings, okay? So and this part is probably going to blow you away, and this part is probably going to make you make this whole chart make sense to you. So my siblings, my brother and my sister, my younger brother and my sister, I'm the oldest. They have a different dad than I do. They have the same dad. I have a different one. But the reason why I have the different one is because I was the family secret. I was born because my mom was molested by my grandmother's husband. It wasn't her dad, but it was a man that my grandmother married. So it was my grandmother's husband. I was the results of that. But they didn't tell me that that was my dad until I would say until almost it was around my Saturn return. It was probably around my Saturn return. Probably, see, I told you, it's going to make the whole thing make sense. It around maybe like 28, 29 years old, maybe before that. That kind of kicked off my Saturn return, actually. After that, everything just started just getting weird. My aunt told me, she's a Capricorn. My aunt told me that. She said, I'm tired of them lying to you. I said, well, this is the exact conversation. Me and her were really close before this. I said, well, you acting like my dad was a molester or something. Because I asked her, who is my dad? And I need you to tell me the truth. And she said she was talking and she was very serious. And then I said, you act like he's a molester. I literally said it. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about that Mercury and Cancer as well. I literally say the things. I already knew this. And I just blurted out. And she said, after I said that, you act like he's a molester. And she said, he is. He was. And I said, you're joking. You're not for real. You're joking, girl. I said, no. This is my youngest aunt now. Me and her had a different type of relationship. She's younger, so it's like we were sisters, kind of like she was a big sister. So I was like, you're not telling the truth. That's not true. Stop playing. Stop joking with me. She said, no, I'm for real. I'm serious. And then she said the name of who it is. And then when she said the name, all of this stuff started flooding back. Like, his name is Jay. His name was JR. He died when I was 14, 15. All of this stuff started flooding back. JR. I remember JR. JR was my granny's husband. JR was this. I started remembering all of this stuff. And I was like, what? And at that point, it went from shock to now I'm angry at y'all. Because why did you lie to me about that? I understand the embarrassment, but you could have told me. You trusted me to take care of your child. You trusted me to give you your meds and make sure you were, but you did not tell me what I needed to know because obviously I was mature. So it was kind of like, and then once I found out, now their true colors came out. So it was like after I found out, the way that they were towards me immediately changed. So basically the whole family went against me. And I'm like, why are y'all going against me when y'all the ones that lied to me? Are y'all embarrassed? Like, what's and then my mom, I feel like she switched over to an attitude of like, I ruined her life, if that makes sense. Like, you can't blame the person that actually molested you because he's dead. So now you're treating me crazy because I'm the closest thing to that when I didn't even know that this was all going on. This was a secret that y'all carried for basically almost the first 30 years of my life. I know it's a lot. That is a lot. I know, but that's a lot, but it helps
Well,
explain. Hmm.
you know, the one thing that I can't really place is how do they go, how does it happen that someone can keep a secret for 30 years like that and you don't find out?
They never see, they would talk around. Okay, so I would ask my mom, right?
Who did you think was your father? Just some random dude?
They they never told me. I would always ask throughout the years, and they would always like divert the conversation. So, and then my
Ah,
mom
now,
made up.
now I'm feeling the 12th house very much because you're
They
always
would try to
asking about that, and it's never, they're always, you never get an answer. Where's my
yeah.
father? Okay, go on.
I remember one time my mom, she would even go to the point of lying. I also want to, I know this is not about my mom, but I want to, because I want you to understand, I want you to know that my mom's moon is in Pisces and it's in my 8th house.
Okay.
She lied to me so much. She went to these great lengths to like tell these like big drastic lies. And I would tell her, like, you can tell me the truth, right? I'm a type of person that can handle the truth. I would rather for you to give me the raw truth. I'm not a person that, if you want to give me the raw truth, give it to me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. It's going to actually make me feel like, whew, relieved. She never told me. She still has not admitted this. She still has not admitted this. Even though everybody knows, my aunt told me, she still will not sit down with me and say, you know what? Yes, this did happen. She will not do that at all. But she lied. She would tell me these names, and I would go on these tangents to try to find this person, only to find out that that's not the name because she just made that name up. Like, it was just crazy. And I think my aunt got fed up with the lies, so she just told me.
So you never had a, so you never really had a, you never had a meaningful conversation. She was lying all the time to you.
Yes, she lied all the
I
time.
can't really wrap my mind around that because it's so unbelievable in a way. It's so far away from my own experience. I still can't really fathom how that can be.
She would play with my emotions, like tell me these names, and I'm an investigative person. So if you give me a name, I'm about to go search.
She would tell you, interesting. So you were constantly searching for this man, or just to figure out who he is, or where you come from, or what's your lineage, or who's your dad, like that.
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you another way I found out she was lying. It was like spirit was always showing me that she was lying. So when I turned about 30, right? Mind you, she still wouldn't talk to me about it. So I got one of those DNA test kits, right? And because I wanted to know, I wasn't even trying to learn about my other family members. I was actually trying to learn about my ancestry. So when you do that, they also match you up with people that have the same DNA as you, right? So the man that I told you that was my father, his brother popped up on the 23andMe kind of ancestry thing.
Mhm.
So that's how I knew that my aunt was telling the truth. Like, oh, my aunt is telling the truth. This is my dad.
You knew already before, but before she
I
told you or
did.
after she told you? Okay, so she just confirmed it, like she gave the final piece.
Yes. She
Interesting.
no, she told me first, right? And because I don't know if it's my moon in Scorpio or what, sometimes I'm not gonna say I didn't believe her, but I need, if somebody tells me something, I need to prove it for myself.
Okay, I'm
And
feeling
my
the Mercury Saturn very much in that. Go on.
Yeah, I need to prove that for myself. I believe you, okay, but I need something else. So I didn't get that DNA kit to find family members. I got the DNA kit for ancestry, and the family member part just so happened to pop up. So that's how I know that sometimes I make the moves that I need to make in order to know what I need to know.
Okay, so do you see that now? The Sun, Mercury, and the Cancer in the 12th?
I
that
do.
you're constantly being lied to about your father, and she's making up names, and you want to know, and you ask questions, and it's this constant thing. You don't know who you come from.
Yes.
Okay.
Another piece of this too. It's more. So after I found out, right, I ended up finding siblings, other siblings, not the ones that my mom had, but the ones that he had. So I
Hold on.
found them. Okay.
Just a second, Tiffany. Let me just move locations because it's
Okay.
a lot happening around here. Just a moment. Second. All right, go on.
Okay. So I ended up finding siblings, right? I found them on social media. Well, we kind of found each other. Now, this is where it gets kind of confusing for me because y'all have always known about me, but I didn't know about y'all. It was two sisters. I have two sisters. They knew about me, but I didn't know about them. They're like, oh, yeah, we're your sisters. And we look alike. I could tell that we're sisters. And over there, I'm the baby. But on my mom's side, I'm the oldest. So it's like they knew about me, but I didn't know about them. And then to keep the lie up, I'm going to tell you what my family did, my mom and my aunt. When I met up with them, instead of them allowing us to have a relationship or allowing this relationship to progress, they would go behind my back and tell them things about me to the point where those siblings didn't ever want to talk to me no more. So I don't even talk to those siblings anymore.
Interesting. So they tried to isolate you so you never find out by
Yeah,
pitting you against all of your
still trying to keep those secrets, but finding creative ways to keep those secrets. Like you don't want me to have a relationship with them because you don't want me to tell them what I went through. So you're going to lie to them or tell them things about me so they can stop talking to me. There was a brief moment. So this is what they did. I know what they did now. There was a brief moment when I stopped going to school for a little bit, but I went back to school. I ended up graduating, and then now I have my bachelor's and my master's, right? But they would tell them, "Oh, she's uneducated. She never graduated high school. When they know that I did." Like they wouldn't tell the whole story. They would tell part of the story to make me look like weird. So nobody would never want to talk to me anymore. They did that to not only my siblings that I found, they did that to other people in the family so nobody would talk to me. So it was a point where this was during my Saturn return. This all happened this is like a lot of stuff that happened during my Saturn return. It was a point where I was not talking to anybody in my family, right? So now, fast forward to now they want to talk to me, and I have kind of evolved. Like, nah, I don't want to deal with y'all, and now I don't want to talk to them. So now they are begging to talk to me, like they're trying to find out where I am. Where did you move? You left, and I just don't talk to them.
Okay, do you see that in the 12th as well? First, you don't talk to your family anymore, but also they're looking for you. They're trying to find out where you live. Right, and also that they kept the secret until your Saturn return. Saturn opposes your Mercury in the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
So you only found out once your Saturn return. And what strikes me about now is that you can see Saturn is at the moment at 13 Aries, exactly square your Mercury in Cancer at 13.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening with that right now, this month, this week?
They are trying to find me. They are trying to
Oh my God. I just one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mercury is about to go retrograde in Cancer in your 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it? Your family's
Yeah.
trying to find you now. They're trying to get back in contact now. Okay, go ahead.
They are trying to find me because, again, you remember I think I told you earlier that I only stayed in Texas so my teenagers could finish school and then they could go to college, and then I could move to where I was originally going to move to, which is San Diego. So I think that they feel me doing that. It's like the more that I pull away, the more that they try to like, no, 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 don't leave. No, don't leave. Like it's like they're trying to find me, but I don't want to be found. And I can tell you something right now. With 12th house, if I don't want to be found, I know how to not be found. I know how to
How,
disappear.
how do you disappear? Did you
I,
change
I
your
know how.
name?
No, I don't have to change my name. I can go to the most inconspicuous place that you would never think that I would go to. You would never think to look, and I would never mention where I am. Like that's the type I can disappear. But I'm only found when I want to be found. So if somebody does find me, it's because I didn't care, and you can find me. I don't care. But if I don't want to be found, oh, I can disappear.
Okay.
It but it's kind of funny to me how they find her. They're trying to find me now, but y'all pushed me away. Y'all did not want me a part of the family. Y'all purposely isolated me, purposely didn't include me, purposely didn't invite me anywhere. So now when I say, okay, I don't care. I found a new set of friends. I have a mentor. Um, she treats me like her own daughter. Like I found people that actually support me and love me. And it's like now it's like, no, 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 come back, come back. And I'm like, no, no, thank you. I'm okay. I'm talking about it's crazy. Like they have people, they'll send their friends in to try to talk to me, to try to see, okay, where is she? What did she say? How is she doing? How is she? They'll do stuff like that because they know if they come to me directly, I'm not going to talk to them. And they're right. I'm not. You would have to send somebody else in because I'm not. I'm done. It's maybe later on in life, but right now I'm done. I need a break from them.
I'm seeing this triangle so strong. And what strikes me about especially the Mercury Saturn opposition, that at first they were lying and they were trying to keep you from finding out where you come from and also talking behind your back. And now it's like the opposite after the Saturn return, that you're done talking with your family and you've cut off contact. And they try
Yeah,
and try, but you just shut it down. Don't want to be
yeah,
found also.
no, I don't. I
And one last thing that comes to mind for me, because of the Saturn opposition, and I guess also because of the Pluto, the part where you said maybe later in life, and I felt like, yeah, that sounds right.
I know that I'll talk to them later in life, but right now, nah. I can't deal with them for another 30 years. Maybe my next Saturn return, but I'm sure it'll be closer when I'm sure it will be like in my late 40s, closer to like 50, early 50s. I'll probably end up talking to them, but right now I need a break. I
From all the
I really,
gaslighting and the craziness and the, is that it?
yeah, it's too much. Is why I don't like when people are not straightforward with me. Like I don't mind talking about, and I know everybody's not like that, but I don't mind talking about my past. I don't mind talking about anything that I've ever been through, because it makes me it makes me the person is who I am. So I don't mind talking about it. But it's like when people lie to me purposely, and you know that I'm looking for someone, and you told me a fake name, put me on a wild goose chase. I don't like being made a fool of. And that it's basically you making a fool of me. And now it's like when I look back on that, I'm like, I would never do my children like that. Like I would never. My children's dad passed away last year, and even before that, he really wasn't a good father. He really was not there for. He was there for them in the beginning of their life, but he was also abusive and an alcoholic. So I had to leave him alone. And even then, I'm always honest about to my children about who their father was, what he did, why I left him. Like I'm never lying to them about that. That's not something a lot, even if they're like 12, 13, they still need to know. Why would you lie to me about that? Having my own children, I can see how, yeah, it could be hurtful telling them that, but it's even more hurtful when you hold that secret for years and never tell them anything.
Hmm. Yeah, the two sides of you. I feel the Venus Mars rising in Leo especially that you talk so freely and openly and just say everything and you don't care. It's interesting because there's the side of you that wants to hide, doesn't want to be found, but at the same time you're talking to me publicly and sharing very openly with people.
It's so interesting that I'm like that because my physical body, I don't, or like my physical, like my home, myself, like I hide myself physically, but vocally, I don't. Verbally, I'm an open book. But when it comes to I don't like people knowing where I live. I've always been like that. Like
Mm,
I do not like
wow.
people in my
You just told the most amazing story about Cancer in the 12th house,
is
right?
when I have, yeah, when I have too much going on in my space, it's kind of like, you need to get out. Like, you need to get out of my house. Like, why are you here? Even when people knock on my door, like, please don't knock on my door. Like, please just leave whatever you're leaving right there and just go. Like, it's so important that I have a clear space, physical space. It's so important that I have a clear physical space. Now, if you want to talk to me on the phone, we can talk for hours and hours and hours. And I'll tell you everything. We can talk about, but when it comes to my space, no. Stay out.
Interesting.
Even when people come to fix things at my house, like I'm just get so nervous. Like, please hurry up, please hurry up. Somebody came and fixed my AC the other day, and I was, please hurry up and get out. Like, please get out, please get out, please get, because people carry energy, and sometimes
Ah,
they don't know what they're carrying. They don't know what they're carrying, so sometimes they could carry it right into your house, and it's like, get
oh
out.
yeah.
Like afterwards, I like open the windows and stuff, keep the doors. Like all of this, it's like so overwhelming. Even if it's one person, like my children are different because I don't know. Maybe it's because I birthed them, so they're part of me. So it's kind of like having me in my space, so I can deal with that. But other people, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you prefer to you and your family keep to yourself.
Yes,
Don't let other people get too close. I guess no sleepovers at your house.
no. You can go to their house though if you want to have a sleepover. You can go, but no, you cannot come to my house.
And they have friends over?
They do.
They
They
do.
have friends over, but my son, my daughter, and my son, my daughter is more. She's fire, double fire. Like I'm double water. She's double fire. My son, he's more like me. He's like, no, please stay out of my space. No, but he's the oldest. My daughter is more fiery, so she's like more friendship based, more. Oh
Mm.
yeah, you can have friends over, but not for long, and they cannot spend the night. Please go have a sleepover over there. Just let me talk to their parents. I'll drop you off, monitor their house, see if it's okay there, see who lives there, and okay, you can go.
Okay,
But
I'm guessing you also are kind of careful with the parents. You need to get to know them. You get information. Who's there? What are they
yes,
doing?
yes. And it's so crazy because my daughter is she's such like a friendship based person. She's an Aquarius. She has like a whole Aquarius stellium, Aquarius
Oh,
rising. Like
wow. Okay.
she's so, and then my daughter, my son is different. He's a Pisces, so it's like, no, he's kind
Mm.
of like, no, stay out, like get away from me. And my daughter's like, no, I want to go over her house and we're gonna go do this and that. And I'm like, okay, okay. It's like two
Every
different.
Aquarius, totally.
I could tell by the opposition of our rising sign. She's Aquarius rising, I'm a Leo rising. So
Oh,
it's
interesting. Yeah, I was
so
thinking
it's
your stellium opposes your Venus Mars as well.
yeah.
So she's
She
the one to
teases
bring more of the noise into your life.
absolutely.
The music, dancing, singing.
The moment she was born,
Uh,
you mean yell it, she makes her presence known. And it's different with my, it's like two different types of people. Like there are two different types of people. He has Aquarius stellium too, but it's not, it's he's a water sign. So in a lot of ways I could relate. Like, okay, you want to go in your room and not say anything for like a day. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna do it too. We'll meet back up later. Like it's never a problem. But with her, it's like, Mom, what are you doing? Why are you in here? What is it? What's going on? What's
I love it. I feel like it's you and your kids, and you're just fine with that.
I am. I'm perfectly okay. Even when they go to college, I'm perfectly okay. Like I think people think that I'm not okay because they wouldn't be okay, but I'm okay. I like that. I really enjoy that. Like, okay, go to college. I know y'all have to go out and be on your own. That's fine. Just make sure you come home at some point so we can check in. But other than that,
Uh,
go.
uh, I'm feeling you protecting them from your family also.
Yes, very much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the type of people that they are. I don't
So I
like the
guess
way that
they
hmm,
also don't have much contact with
no.
you as a whole, all of you. Yeah, the three of you. Interesting.
The last contact I had with my family, and I think that they were kind of not happy that this happened, but I think they were happy that they could deliver the news to me, was when my children's father passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody told me. My sister called me and told me that it happened. And when she told me, I was like, no, you're lying. Eric is not dead. Like, he probably somewhere doing some crazy stuff because he, and she said, no, he is. He's dead. And I
That's
was
the
like,
that's your ex, right? The
yes,
dad.
yes.
Interesting. So much 12th house.
It engulfs. Do you see why I moved? Like it's like
Yeah.
that
Yes.
whole city is like it represents my 12th house. Like
Yeah.
my kid's father passed away and he was an alcoholic. He passed away from the addiction. It was
Okay.
an abusive relationship that nobody knew about.
Oh.
It my family lied to me for whole first almost 30 years of my life. You know, didn't know who my dad was. My dad was basically molesting my mom. That whole 12th house thing was in Dallas. And when I left Dallas, I'm going to tell you, I feel the best I ever felt in my life. Every
Interesting.
I've never felt so like I could breathe. And I know when I leave Texas, that cord is snip snip when I leave Texas. So I know I'm gonna feel even better than I feel now when I
I
leave
get it. And I feel the 12th house like leaving behind, leaving something behind.
Texas.
The home behind.
Saturn pressured
Starting
me to
over
move.
somewhere new.
Saturn pressured me to move because I was not going to move at first. It was like the experience I have with Saturn and Capricorn opposing my sun. When it's time for me to do something, now I in the 12th house sense traditionally, I am a person that like, oh, whatever, like, oh, la, 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 I'm not doing that or whatever. And Saturn keeps me in check. Saturn will pressure me until I do it. Stuff will keep happening until I do it. Before I move, 3 years before I move, I got the first urge, like Tiffany, leave Dallas, leave. And in my mind, it was like, leave, put at least 500 miles between you and this city. And I said, no, whatever, whatever. And the time kept progressing and stuff kept happening until the point a year before my money started acting funny. Now I'm a person that easily attracts money. Money has never been an issue in my life. It's always been support, never money. So when my money starts acting up, that's when I start paying attention. Like, what? What do you mean this money is cut off? What do you mean I can't make money with this? What do you mean this is happening? That started happening. Then the house I was living in, it was falling apart. I was renting the house. It was falling apart. The landlord didn't want to fix it. And then I couldn't find another house in Dallas. It was like stuff kept
I'm feeling
happening.
Capricorn there.
Yeah, stuff kept happening. And then my health started messing up. Like I'm an active person. Mars and Leo, I'm an active person. I started gaining so much weight while I was there, like at least like 60, 70 pounds. And I'm saying, why can I lose weight? Why am I gaining so much weight? Why is this happening? And then something came up where this man, I remember I was looking at houses in El Paso, and this man just so happened to email me like, hey, are you still interested in this house? And I said, what? I emailed him like 2 years ago. What is he talking about? And I looked at the house and I was like, you know what? Sure. He's like, well, you should come out and look at it and do this. I said, that's okay. Just give me a video of it and then I'll just come out and move. He was like, you sure? I was like, yeah. It was one of those things like, okay, I know. I get it. I was like, I get it. I get it. I see what's happening. I get it. Okay, let me just go. And I did that. And when I moved, all of a sudden, all the weight started coming off. Still weight. All the weight started coming. I've been here for 1 year, mind you. All the weight started coming off. Then all of my money options started opening back up. It was like I needed to move, and I kept putting it off until the point where Saturn knows how to get my attention, and it's with my money and my health. Because I pay close attention to those two things. And when those two things start messing up, that's how I know, okay, what's going on? What am I missing? That's the way to get my attention.
All right, let's pause here for today.
Okay. So what you think? My crazy way of story.
I love it. It's so, first of all, you're a great storyteller. And yeah, just you know what I love about that is you just illustrate every part of the chart so well. It actually I don't have to do anything. I just have to take the planets on and off just to see where you're taking us. And I love that. So yeah, it was very illustrative. You know, when I feel really connected to a chart, it's like a feeling in my body. Maybe you have the same. And so yeah, that for me was like very easy to connect to your chart with the way you told the story.
I had to tell you that big part though, because that big part, that's the 12th house, that's the confusion.
Yeah, all of it. Just like once you said that, everything that came after was like, okay, yeah.
Do you do actual readings? I like talking to you. I don't know what your sign is, but I really like talking to you. And I would love a reading. I would love to pay for a reading.
Let me stop recording here then, and then you and I can just talk separately. So Tiffany and I are signing out.